I don't know about you, but there's something especially eerie about Asian horror movies. Perhaps it's the uniquely haunting setting, coupled with mysterious superstition mixed with cultural unfamiliarity. Or maybe Asians are just really good at spooking people's socks off. Fair warning, keep the lights on as we count down the 10 Asian horror movies you should watch before you die. What's up, Factnatics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Stay tuned for our number one pick because you'll never look at photographs the same way again. Get your popcorn ready. Number 10, Ringu. Who could ever forget Sadako, the OG Asian horror ghost? Sadako, emerging from a water well, will go down in history as one of the creepiest horror movie scenes ever. Based on the 1991 novel by Koji Suzuki, the 1998 Japanese horror masterpiece follows the story of Reiko Asakawa, a reporter investigating the mystery behind a cursed videotape. According to the film's lore, whoever watches the haunted videotape gets killed after 7 days. Ringu and its sequel, Rasen, were released in Japan at the same time. Its huge blockbuster success and rave reviews from critics jump-started the revival of the horror filmmaking industry in Japan. The film's reception was so overwhelming that it paved the way for Asian horror flicks to earn a Western cult following. Keep watching till our number one entry because you might just find a cure for that eternal back pain you're suffering from. You'll see what we're talking about. Number 9, Ju-on, the Grudge. What's with Japanese spirits sporting luxuriously long hair? This 2002 Japanese horror film, written and directed by Takashi Shimizu, is the third installment in the Ju-on series and the first to be released theatrically. It follows the story of a house haunted by the spirits of a murdered family. But while the plot isn't necessarily groundbreaking, it's the movie's creative use of practical scare tactics and just plain spine-chilling imagery that cemented the movie's place in a lot of best horror movie lists. In fact, Ju-on spawned an American remake, 2 movie sequels, and even a prequel series on Netflix. Not too shabby for the contorting white lady. Number 8, Audition. Miike Takashi's film Audition proved that creepy ghosts aren't always what a great horror movie make. Based on a 1997 novel by Ryu Murakami, this 1999 Japanese horror film tells the story of a widower, Shigeharu, who stages a fake audition in order to find a potential wife. Not exactly the most romantic meet-cute.
Oh, are you okay?
Things take a grisly turn when his chosen partner's dark past begins to affect their relationship. The film premiered and won in several international festivals before it was released in theaters in Japan. Western critics raved about the movie's final torture sequence and how it contrasts with the quiet, almost slow burn buildup of each character's storyline. The psychological thriller also appeared on several lists of the best horror films ever made and even influenced American film directors like Eli Roth. You know, the guy who gave us those twisted movies like Hostel and Cabin Fever.
So good.
Number 7, Dark Water. Got a water leak you haven't gotten around to fixing? Watch this movie to give you that extra push to finally call a plumber. Considered as one of the big 3 Japanese horror movies, Dark Water was based on the short story collection of Koji Suzuki, the same writer who penned the story of Ringu. The plot follows a divorced mother who moves into a rundown apartment with her daughter and experiences supernatural occurrences related to a mysterious water leak from the floor above. What makes Dark Water unique is its combination of hair-raising scenes with an emotionally charged storyline. It's the type of psychological torment and dread that makes Japanese horror films so addictive. Number 6, Suicide Club. Trigger warning. Do not watch this film if you are under psychological distress. Suicide Club, also known in Japan as Suicide Circle, is a 2001 Japanese independent satirical horror film written and directed by Sion Sono. The film explores a wave of seemingly unrelated suicides in Japan and the police's efforts to determine the reasons behind the strange trend. Among the film's most disturbing scenes is when 54 teenage schoolgirls killed themselves by, spoiler alert, jumping in front of an oncoming train. Although it's a work of fiction, Suicide Club was hailed by critics for tackling the sensitive issue of Japan's high suicide rate. The film also gained a considerable amount of notoriety in film festivals worldwide for its controversial, transgressive subject matter and overall gruesome presentation. It developed a significant cult following over the years despite the absence of ghosts or supernatural entities. Number 5. A Tale of Two Sisters. Taking a piece of the horror genre pie is this cult classic from South Korea. A Tale of Two Sisters is a 2003 psychological horror drama film written and directed by Kim Ji-woon. The film is inspired by a Joseon-era folktale which has been adapted to a screenplay several times. The story centers on a newly discharged patient from a mental facility who returns home with her sister only to face disturbing events that involve her stepmother and the ghosts haunting their house. Much of the psychological thriller's plot revolves around the dark time in the family's history. The movie opened to mostly positive reviews from critics and won Best Picture at the 2004 Fantasporto Film Festival in Portugal. A Tale of Two Sisters became both the highest-grossing Korean horror film and the first Korean movie to be screened in American theaters. As for its American remake called The Uninvited, well, let's just say it didn't break any records. Number 4. Thirst. Sorry, Twilight fans, but this fantastic Korean vampire tale packs a serious bite. Written and directed by critically acclaimed director Park Chan-wook, the 2009 South Korean film Thirst tells the story of Sang-hyun, a Catholic priest who accidentally turned into a vampire after a failed medical experiment. His excruciating struggle to keep his religious morals intact was aggravated by his growing attraction for his friend's wife. All hell breaks loose when the vampire priest finally gives in to his demonic desires. With its stunning photography that's equal parts visceral and poetic, it didn't come as a surprise when the movie won the jury prize at the Cannes Film Festival in 2009. And if the lead actor in Thirst looks unmistakably familiar, that's because Song Kang-ho also played the lead role in the Oscar-winning movie Parasite. Number 3. Noroi, The Curse. If you're a fan of found footage horror flicks in the same vein as the Blair Witch Project, then this 2005 film should be on your must-watch list. In Noroi, The Curse, helmed by veteran Japanese director Koji Shiraishi, a paranormal investigator struggles to deal with a strange entity he couldn't control. The film makes use of mockumentary-style storytelling, stitching pieces of found footage made to look like it was the paranormal researcher's own documentary titled The Curse. Even though you know it's a work of pure fiction, the movie will still make you question what is factual and not, as the film seamlessly blurs the line between reality and make-believe. Number 2. Gonjiam, Haunted Asylum. Not to be outdone, South Korea also has a worthy contender for the found footage scarefest. This 2018 film is based on a real-life psychiatric hospital that is considered one of Korea's most haunted places. A web series crew travels to the abandoned asylum for a live broadcast, but what started as a quest for views and publicity ended in a fight for survival from the sinister entities that live in the Gonjiam facility. In 2012, CNN Travel ranked Gonjiam Psychiatric Hospital as one of the 7 scariest places on the planet. Its notoriety drummed up publicity for the movie, and it eventually became the 3rd most watched horror film in South Korea. But here's the creepy kicker. One of its lead actors, Lee Sung-wook, who made his acting debut in the film, announced he was quitting the entertainment industry just days before the movie was released. The actor, who was reportedly absent from the promo tour of the movie, cited personal reasons for the surprising decision. Perhaps we're just reading too much into this. Maybe he just had enough of show business? I don't know.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Before we go to our number one pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content. And of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app's settings. Number 1. Shutter. Just when everyone thought that the Japanese and Koreans are the only masters of terror in the East, out comes this 2004 sleeper hit from Thailand that scared the living daylights out of even the bravest of horror junkies. And why not? Imagine taking photos or selfies and seeing some blurred faces in the snapshots, or even capturing mysterious images that shouldn't be there in the first place. That's the main plot of this Thai supernatural horror flick that revolves around the creepy encounters of a photographer named Tun. Throughout the film, Tun also experiences a severe, unexplainable neck pain, which, in the end, turns out to be caused by a vengeful spirit sitting on his shoulders the entire time. Should I see an exorcist about the back pains I'm having lately?
Clark, are you okay?
So, seen any Asian horror movies recently that gave you the heebie-jeebies? Share them in the comments section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? Because Halloween came early or late, depending on what month you're watching this, we've got more hair-raising content. Check out our ranking of the 12 science experiments that went horribly wrong. Till then, stay fearless, Facnatics, and see you in the next video.